Oh my gosh. Are you one of these people that get all stressed out when things don't go as planned? Or maybe you're one of these people that last minute changes are just too hard to handle. I'm laughing because, I'm experiencing that tonight. At one time, though, I would have just said cancel, but no. We're going to show you a few tricks on how we can get through these calmly and with ease. So welcome, everybody. Tonight's show is a little different than originally scheduled. Lucinda is at home focusing on wellness, and so she will be here on, I believe it's August 29th, episode 7. So we'll hear her story then. So today I have a special guest, a very wonderful guest that knows how to come through at the last moment and help us all out, and it's Cindy Brett. So you've met her before if you watched episodes 1 and 2. And so welcome. You're watching the Hangout with Penny show. Every Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Some of you are making it a habit. Thank you very much. I'm loving it. Lots of great comments, lots of great feedback from all of you, and I really appreciate it. If there's any kind of shows that you would like, any kind of topics you'd like covered, please send me a message, and we'll get the people on the show to help you out with those topics. And anyway, I'm really excited to be here tonight because a while ago I thought maybe I wasn't going to be, but I learned a few things following the principles of the law of attraction, and we get what we focus on. So I focused on a solution, and boom, we got it. But it's Friday night, and it's wine time for everybody that's watched episodes 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what my favorite kind of wine is. Can you see that? Lucky Penny wine. I have a new one today. I have white. So everybody, thanks for being here. Cheers to Friday night, hanging out with Penny. Make it a habit. For those that are watching the recording, it may be in the morning. Coffee's good too. So yes, my name is Penny Peddie, and I'm your host of the Hangout with Penny show. And the purpose of this show is just to uplift and inspire and empower you to just start being able to find a lighter and more easy way to live your life, to live your best life. And if I can in any way help make that available to you? Yeah, I will. I'll do my best to do that for you. So I'm learning as I go. And so right now I have a very special guest that's really helping me out this evening, and I'm going to pass the floor to her, and I'm going to introduce you. It's Cindy Brett. Cindy, come and say hi.
Thanks, Penny. I'm so happy to be here with you. And everybody just listen to her laugh, because that's enough to carry you through the next week, just the joy that she exudes when she does her giggle. I love Penny Peddie. I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. I also work with people on the law of attraction, and I also have started a movement called Kindnessology. And I have a Facebook page, and anyone who just wants something to feel good about, check out that page, because that's what it's all about, is posting positive messages and videos and things that, if you have 5 minutes or you have 20, if you go to that page, I almost promise you that you're going to leave there feeling better. And Kindnessology is about focusing on all the wonderful things that are going on in the world. Media gets us to focus on the more negative things. But you know what? For every negative thing, there are hundreds and hundreds and thousands of positive things that are going on. And as we all focus on those, we'll see more of them. Because what Penny and I are going to talk about tonight is the law of attraction and kindness. And we both agree that it starts with you being kind to yourself, because the kinder you are to yourself, the happier you are, the better you feel, the kinder you're going to be out in the world. And that's what we love to see. So, Penny, thanks so much. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, Cindy, thank you so much. I'm happy you're here, too. So, yeah, to be kind to others is so important. to do little random acts of kindness is such a blessing that you can do for others. But to be kind to yourself, especially when things are going on the downhill spiral for you, it's like, okay, hang on a minute. How am I treating myself right now? Am I beating myself up thinking I can't do this and I have to cancel and blah, 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 all the things that we can say in our heads. And I used to be a host of a blog talk radio show, and that's what I did. I would start having some kind of difficulties, and right away it's like, gotta cancel. Gotta cancel. Gotta cancel. Instead of focusing on the solution, because if you just like focus, okay, the principles of the law of attraction will say I will attract everything I give my attention, energy, and focus to. So if I was focusing on the problem, oh, it expanded.
Pretty much how it works.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm so grateful for this knowledge, and that today when I had this, my guest, I want her to get well. That's the focus. I said, that's okay. We can reschedule. That's fine. And I'm like, okay, what's the solution? What's the solution? I can get a solution because it's all about you. If I had made it about me, we wouldn't be here today. But it's about you. And I made a commitment to myself that, I want to inspire people. I want to uplift, and I want to encourage people that whatever goes on in our lives right now, there is a solution. And when we can focus on the kindness and being kind to ourselves and treating ourselves gentle when things don't go as planned, there's a solution that happens every time. And Cindy's my solution tonight. And I'm so, so, so grateful for you. So,
well,
Cindy,
I'm happy to be here. Yeah.
I just want to, for all you that are watching right now, there is a place right below where you're watching that you can comment. And so, Cindy, I just want to read a couple of comments right now because I love this one. It's from Romy Carlin, and she says, well, kindness is the jelly of my daily life.
Yay, Romy.
That is beautiful. I just love that. And there's lots of people watching. And Yolanda Parker, she says, hi, Penny, love your intro video. Trying to find your link, show. Well, I hope she got it now. So, hi, Cindy Brad. Hi, Penny. Oh, that's from Romy. So, it feels good. Hi, ladies. You're looking good, Jeffrey. Yeah, I think I just read comments all night.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. So, the purpose of the show is to have some fun and just be light with ourselves and just treat ourselves with kindness. And so, what was your, how do I say this, Cindy? But when did you really realize how important being kind was? Because you started the kindnessology, and when did it really click that being kind to yourself, to others, is really life-changing, and you can just, your whole life just becomes happier when we choose kindness. So when did that happen for you?
Well, kindness is something that I have been drawn to pretty much my entire life. Penny and I were talking earlier, and I was commenting about my son, and he's 31 now, but when he was younger and I would go to school to talk with his teachers, a comment that I heard over and over again is, your son is so kind. He's one of the kindest kids. And thinking back on that, I see that kindness has been a thread, that just kept getting stronger and stronger. But about 3 years ago, I, like probably everyone listening to this Hangout, went through a really, really tough time. And we all know what those times are like. I call it being up to bat in life. And it was intense. There was a lot of loss, and it went on for more than a year. And in that time, it started with the death of my father. I'll mention that. And my father was my hero. And it was an unexpected passing, so it just made it more difficult. And then there was a series of other intense losses. And about a year later, I found myself just really struggling to get through the grief.
Yeah.
And I actually decided to start recording the Ellen DeGeneres Show. And the reason I did that is because I thought that I knew that if I watched her show every day before I went to sleep, which is why I recorded it, I would laugh and I would cry, because she always does such wonderfully kind things for people that it touches my heart and it brings tears. But there's also the joy. So I knew that the joy would help me lift myself out of the spot I was in. And the sadness, the tears, would help me do the grieving that was so hard to do. So from that, and watching the show, and it's kind of a long story, but from that, the idea of kindnessology came to me. And I've always, well, not always, but for many, many years, thought about, I actually stopped watching the news in the late 80s, because I was doing this work, self-development work, and I knew that if I was putting in all the effort to change how I viewed life and viewed myself, and then I turn on the news and, you know, it was negative news, I thought, wait a minute, you know, I'm going one step forward and two giant steps back. So I stopped doing that. And I began to realize that kindness, when I'm kind to myself, I feel better. When I feel better, I'm kinder to other people.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, we can start it, and some people would say, well, that's very selfish. Well, you know, kindness kind of is selfish, because when we do something for someone else who really feels the best, you know, we do. But it's meant to be that way.
That's right.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that. That's the way it is. And it becomes one of those circles. The kinder I am to me, the kinder I am in the world. The kinder I am in the world, the better I feel. The kinder I am to me. And so it's a delightful, delicious circle that I invite everyone to jump into as much as you can.
And I love your story about you would turn on the Ellen DeGeneres show, because for me, to raise my vibration, 'cause we all know we're going to attract back to us, as far as the law of attraction, whatever it is we vibrate out there. So I would watch the funniest home video, but the animal ones, because I love animals so much. And so I would watch the videos at night before I went to bed of the animals and the funny things that they do. I would laugh and laugh, and of course then through the laughter I would cleanse by crying, and I would release what I needed to do at the time, but I would still go to sleep feeling happy about the joy I would receive from watching all these animals having some their videos. So yeah, it's very powerful, the things that we can find to just help us feel better, because when we feel better, then we can be kinder to others, because we're feeling better about ourselves. So I love that.
There's so much kindness out there. That's what's so cool about going to the Facebook page and looking. I mean, people doing things for animals, for one another, that we don't generally think about. But there is, I promise you, when you watch this, your heart is going to get lighter. You just feel better, and it inspires you, just like Penny and I are here to inspire you. And guess what? As we inspire you, we're being inspired.
Absolutely.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's the way it's supposed to be. And you know, we're talking about the law of attraction. Well, when we're focused on kindness and we're focused on what feels good, we don't have to worry so much about our goals. We don't even really have to focus on them or be specific, because when you get the things that you think you want, how are you going to feel? You're going to feel happy, right? So if you just go for feeling happy, however you can get there, you're going to have more that you're attracting into your life to feel happy about. So it's a total win-win, and we love win-wins.
We love win-win. Those of you that just in here watching the Hangout with Penny show, it's a Friday night habit. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. So you're watching The Power of Kindness with Cindy Brett and Penny Peddie. So welcome, Cindy. Well, actually, I'm just going to share. I many times will do random acts of kindness, and I'll just share a few things I've done. Is I've taken some like $5 bills because we don't have dollar, $1 or $1 and $2 bills here in Canada. Our bills start at $5. But I like to give back, and so one time I just took some $5 bills and I went into a local store and I shoved them in the diaper box of box of diapers because it felt so good to do it.
Yes.
But I thought, imagine that mom opening up the box of diapers and finding $5. Like, how would that make her feel? So I thought, it's just little small things. And there's so many ways that we can show acts of kindness. A smile. Mm-hmm. A smile is an act of kindness. Hold the door for somebody is an act of kindness. A silent blessing as you're walking past somebody is an act of kindness. The smallest little things totally raise the vibration, and it can raise, if we all do tiny little acts of kindness, it just expands to huge amounts that just go out into the world and makes the world such a happier place for all of us to be a part of. Oh, that makes me want to cry.
Well, I think the thing to notice, we want everybody to notice, what is everybody talking about? We're talking about how bad things are in the world. Now, it's not like the world or so many people in it are focusing on how bad things are and they're getting better, right? What we see is it escalating. So what if we say, okay, I know those things are going on, and anything that we can do that is helpful, sure, do it. But the rest of the time, just what if we do find something good to focus on? And if we did that, and if we do it personally, individually, that's going to have an impact. But guess what? When we start doing it collectively, that's when we're going to see things change. But if we keep focusing on what we don't want, we're going to keep getting more of what we don't want.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. Right now, I want a sip of wine. I'm going to have a sip of wine. You keep talking, Cindy. Okay, cheers, Cindy.
Well, Penny, would it be okay if I share about my son?
Oh, of course.
Can
yes.
that happen?
Yes,
well, just a really brief story. About a week and a half ago, my son's house was robbed. And they took pretty much everything. They didn't take his furniture and they didn't take his clothes, but all of his stuff they took. They took guitars, they took computers, they took his tablet, a watch that was my dad's, just on and on. So, sure, it's great for him to have those things replaced. That's wonderful. But what I really knew was what needed to be replaced was this feeling of someone coming in and taking and violating his space, okay, to the goodness of people. So I started a crowdfunding site, and the beauty of it, it doesn't matter. I mean, I actually feel, well, it feels great that people are giving to him the way they are, but the people that are giving the tiny amounts, I know that for them, that was such a stretch to even be able to do that, but they did. And so what he's finding is, yes, it feels great that he can replace some of his things, but that's not what it's about. What it's about is it moved his focus from someone taking to people giving. And he said to me yesterday, Mom, I'm just blown away that people that I don't even know care and are giving something to him. And that's why I did it. And I am so grateful because that was my vision for it, and that's exactly what's happening. So there's so many ways that we can do this for one another. Just paying attention every day, looking around. Like you said, giving someone a smile. I know I've read stories of people that were going to commit suicide, and someone smiled at them, someone spoke to them, someone let them know that they were important to someone. And we're all important to someone.
Yes.
I get pretty excited about that.
I know. There's such heartfelt stories, and that's actually why I really started to do the Hangouts, is just as an act of kindness to I was one of those people that were sitting home alone on Friday night, not having a date, not knowing what to do. My friends all had their husbands. I was feeling really alone, and it didn't feel so good. But you know, once I realized that I had to take care of myself and I had to be the one to make the change, but until you know that, you kind of stay in that space. And so that's what I wanted to give back, to help people just realize that, okay, they're just the smallest little tiny things can start lifting me up to make me feel better. And so I'm just blessed to have wonderful guests that can come on and share their stories and share their wisdom, and just give and give and give to help others, because that's really what it's all about. Because each time we give to help someone else, we're really helping ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I love the story about to take the focus off the taking and put it on the emphasis on the giving. That is such a brilliant way to do that. Like, oh, you're such a good mom.
Thank you.
Oh, you're a kind mom. Okay, I don't want to go sad because I can do that sometimes.
I know. Penny, you're such a good heart. You are such a good heart. And it just amazes me that you would be by yourself. So somebody out there, get smart. Get smart, because this is a beautiful, beautiful woman. And, you know, the fact that you, even if you are generally sitting on your own on Friday night, still to do this show, to make that commitment, that is a kind thing. It's a kind, giving thing, Penny. And we're very, very fortunate, those of us that get to know you.
Oh, thanks.
True.
But, thank you. I'm just going to go back a little bit about staying home alone. We all have a choice, you see.
Yes. Yes.
So we always have a choice. So whether we make that choice to stay home alone, or we make that choice to, we can still be alone, but we can certainly feel better about it. It's all of a choice. And the what do they say? The point of power is in the present moment. So right now, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Are you thinking you're lonely? Change your thought, because you're not, because we're here with you.
Right.
You know, because we're never alone. We're never alone. We have choices all the time. Our choices are our thoughts. Did that make sense, Cindy?
It does make sense. It does make sense. And it's so important, because that's exactly the truth. It's whatever we tell ourselves about it. If we tell ourselves this is a sad situation, then guess what? And we don't only get this sad situation, we seem to attract other sad situations.
It expands, it expands.
Yeah.
So I just want to, because I'm looking at your lower third. Hey everybody, you like our lower thirds? Our lower thirds is,
Penny?
Yeah, our lower thirds is what identifies us right now on what our names are. But I'm just noticing yours, Cindy. I love it. It says, kind is the new cool.
Kind is the new cool.
Kind is the new cool. I love that. We should have T-shirts or something made up. Oh, that's a great idea. What are you going to do with that?
I have the T-shirt made up. Well, I have the T-shirt logo. I don't have the actual T-shirt made up, but I am going to do that. And we can thank our dear, dear friend and mastermind partner, Mark Teague, who designed the T-shirts, and our lower thirds. He's a brilliant, brilliant person that we get to hang out with. And,
he is.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, very, very talented.
He is very talented, and someone mentioned in the comments about my intro, and Mark Teague is the one that also created that. So, Mark, you have to go back in and you have to put your name on it somewhere, so people, because lots of people are commenting on it, so you got to get recognized for your brilliant work if you're watching. We'll be sure to tell you.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
We'll let you know in a kind way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Cindy, yeah. What else would you like to mention to our viewers before we start wrapping up this half hour of fun?
well, just that if anyone would like to connect with me, it would be at Cindy at cindybrett.com is the email where you can reach me. But just know that wherever you are, it can change. And I speak that with all my heart, from all my heart, because I know I've been in, about as dark a place as anybody's ever been in. And it's a matter of setting your attention on what you want. And it can take time to do that. It doesn't always, but it can. But so what? The time is going to pass anyway. So it can pass staying sad, or it can pass moving towards what you want. And I'd be happy to help anyone, and Penny, I know that you do as well. But just really everyone understand what we're talking about. The law of attraction, the law of kindness, anything you want to apply it to, is a law. It is as sure as gravity. And that's when things really changed for me. And our dear friend Michael Loge was huge in helping me make that shift and really finally believing this is the way it's working. And even when it doesn't look like it's the way it's working, if you just, stand there strong and determined and just say, I don't care what it looks like, I'm applying the law, it will turn around. It will turn around.
Yes, it absolutely does. I'm just going to read a couple of comments here because they're really good. Okay, let's hear it. CJ Gilbert says, kindness is contagious. That is absolutely true. Kindness is contagious. And Romy, she says, I feel in good company with you ladies. I have fun. Big hugs.
Oh, thank you.
A hug is another really great form of kindness for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And also CJ, she says, I stopped watching TV about 26 years ago. I choose uplifting shows and movies. Oh, yeah. Wonderful. Oh, Jeffrey X. Lane, he has the Hangout with Jeffrey show on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific. He's in our mastermind group too, so we're blessed to have him. But he makes a comment, he makes a quote here from Buddha. He says, he who receives it should never forget, and he who performs should never remember. Wow. Because, yes, I'm just going to comment on that. Well, can't comment on that from Buddha, but just from what, just what
come out for me. Talk to
you. When we do acts of kindness, it should be from the heart, not to expect anything in return. Because I've heard people in the past, oh, I'll give something and I never get anything back from them. So, when you give from your heart, it's not about expecting anything back from that person, because kindness is contagious. Kindness is just like love. It will be returned, sometimes not in the form that you think. So maybe not from that particular person, but you see that particular person has their own stuff going on. So it's not about us, right? So we get past that and just say, okay, I did it from my heart, and let go of any outcome of who's going to give you what back. Because when you give from the heart and you give your love and your kindness, it comes back. It's the law. Right, Cindy? It's the law.
That's right. And the thing is, Penny, if you're not focused on what somebody else is going to do in return, or I'll put it this way, if you are focused on what somebody else is going to do in return, you miss the good feeling that's right there because of what you just did. That's Again, right. Focus on the good, and you'll feel good. And what somebody else does, that's gravy if they do something. Yeah. You've got the gift of the return right now if you'll just be present and feel that. It feels good to help people. It feels good to be kind. It feels good to be loving.
It does. So before I come back for your final word, Cindy, oh my goodness, I'm so grateful that you're here. Just a reminder, everybody, this is episode 5. Next week, episode 6, back by popular demand. I mean, really, Max Ryan. Oh, we had such a great response to him being here last week that he's agreed to come back next week, and this time he's going to talk about angels and his intuitive side. So that's going to be fun. And the show that was originally scheduled for tonight will be the following week, so episode 7. So all of you that I know there was people looking forward to that one. So it'll be episode 7, so 2 weeks. So yes, this is the Hangout with Penny show. It's every Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, and I see some of you making a habit of it, and I'm really honored. So thank you very much, everybody. And Cindy, last word. So.
I can hardly believe the half an hour went so fast.
I know.
It was. It was so fun, Penny. I love to be with you, and I love the idea that this is helping someone else. If it's one person or many, you know, it doesn't matter. We're just really happy to be here with you. And so I say blessings to everyone. Find somebody you can be kind to, starting with yourself, and just be kind all over them.
I'm just going to read, yeah, that's awesome. I'm just going to read one more comment. This is from Linda Parker, and she says, thanks, Jeffrey. I guess my acts of kindness were possibly not entirely from the heart. While I have given over and over, it seemed that there wasn't anything in return. I appreciate that quote and will continue to focus on the law of attraction. Yolanda, absolutely, absolutely. Just, here's another thing. Do your acts of kindness, or when you feel when you feel that it's coming from your heart. Sometimes we'll force something. Yeah, just if it doesn't feel good at the time, just hold off until you're in a better feeling place. When your giving is feeling a little bit better. So. Hope that made sense too. So this is proof that when things get a little rough and when things don't go as planned, I was just reading my note. I had a note on that. We can get through it when we can just be gentle on ourselves and just be kind to ourselves and focus on the solution, because the law of attraction is going to match that vibration up with a solution. Cindy Bratt was my solution today. And I love you, Cindy. Thank you so much. And everybody, see you next Friday.
And check out Kindnessology on Facebook.
Yes.
Page.
Yes, Kindnessology on Facebook. I will actually put that in this recording. So when you watch the recording, you're going to see Kindnessology, and also you see my lower third that Mark Teague designed. Hangout with Penny. Show yours again, Cindy. Brilliant work deserves brilliant acknowledgement.
That's right. And Penny,
yeah,
thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. So just sign up at my website there. You'll get a link of upcoming episodes plus prior episodes. We're going to call it a night and have a drink of wine. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.